I'm Dr. John DeWitt, and I'm sharing something very special to me. Recently, I finished a very important book called Head Games, Concussions and CTE. Where do we go from here? I want to give you a copy of this book for free. Before we do, I want to explain what this book is about, and more importantly, I want to share what it's not about. Now, it's not about how sports are evil and nobody should ever let their kids play again. Football was a huge part of my life for 12 years, but after you read this, you'll understand how to deal with mild traumatic brain injury, or MTBI, that may occur in sports or even everyday life. It's also not some miraculous way to stop concussions from occurring, yet what you'll learn inside of here will increase your level of protection from concussions. And no, it's not some high-tech helmet or padding or something like that. It's all in here. Now, if you're already struggling with the traumatic effects of concussions or the constant day-to-day struggles of brain fog and confusion from some other type of cognitive dysfunction, my guess is that you're probably thinking you've tried everything and must just have to deal with it. It's just part of getting old. But in my experience, after working with thousands of people just like you, it's rarely irreversible damage. It typically comes down to something that you can fix. And I've spent the last decade treating people with confusion, brain fog, headaches, visual disturbances, audiophobia from all over the world that wanted a solution to this nightmare. I mean, I myself played 12 years of professional football and have experienced all of these symptoms at one time or another in my life. For example, I had a patient, let's call him Frank. Frank comes in, he had sunglasses on, he had earplugs in because he had sensitivity to light and sound, and he was frustrated from all these symptoms from his MTBI that had tried so many different things. He had tried physical therapy, vision therapy, even cryotherapy, and none of these things had worked. And I knew after my exam with Frank that that was not the problem. And you know, while physical therapy, vision therapy, and all these other modalities, they can actually help some people, in his specific case, it was not the case, but I knew how to fix it. I recently attended Mike Ditka's Hall of Fame dinner in Las Vegas, and I was so touched by the information. There's so many professional athletes retired, a lot of them, that are suffering with these conditions, and a lot of the guys are older that played back in the 70s when they only made about $23,000, and most of them had to have second jobs to survive. And these guys are slipping through the cracks. And the Gridiron Greats Assistance Fund is something that is really near and dear to my heart, and I am going to contribute a portion of all the sales of BrainMed to the Assistance Fund to help them get a leg up and get the hearing aids they might need and get the physical therapy they might need. They might not be able to do that on their own. But while I was at that event, I talked to a neurologist there, a very well-known neurologist, about my dad, because my dad has early onset dementia, which scares me to death because he didn't play 12 years of professional football and I did. And so this neurologist told me, he said, okay, you need to have your dad go in, get a full body scan, you need to have him get his prostate checked, make sure his blood glucose is okay, check his testosterone levels. You also, and I mean, he kept going on. I was, wait, how much is that going to cost? And he's like, oh, you know, it's probably $1 or $2 grand, you know, nothing, no crazy expense. And I'm thinking, okay. And he's like, and then after that, his solution was to buy his supplement that was $300 a month. It was like a prescription supplement. So I thought right then and there, I said, okay, there has to be a more affordable way to get similar results. And that's what actually set me on this path to learn how these different herbs and different nutritional things can actually affect your brain function. And of course, it's all in the book. You'll see what you discovered once you get my book. Now, like I said, I am going to be sending this to you as a gift for free. Okay? Now, I'm just curious, who's interested to see what's inside the book? Let's take a look. First things we cover are what a concussion is and what parts of the brain are affected, the different lobes of the brain, different grades of concussion, what are the symptoms of concussion. This is really important. the nature of the sport, repeated injuries. Here's more information about the different parts of the brain that can be affected and which parts are more susceptible to concussion and what that means to you. And then we cover the dietary changes that can help fast track your recovery to make up for that energy crisis, since you have the calcium coming into the cell, into the neuron, and the potassium going out. That causes a decrease in the ATP, but I go into all the details about that, different areas, mechanisms of injury, and the way nutritional changes can really help with that. Because that's the most important thing. Antioxidants, choline, branched-chain amino acids, polyphenols, magnesium, all these different things. The ketogenic diet even, creatine, taurine. And I summarize at the end of each chapter what you need to make sure you're taking, how to identify the right nutritional choices to make up for the changes in glucose metabolism, the decreased cerebral blood flow, shift to the anaerobic respiration, and it goes into detail here. Now, like I said before, these are the steps that I've used on all my patients, and I'm going to walk you through the steps yourself. And I'm so excited because as you improve, you can actually share the information with other people that you know that are suffering. It is the way back to a better life for you, and I'm going to give it to you for free, like I said before. Now, you just have to take action. You have to go and request it and pay a little shipping and handling money, but that's it. There's no catch, no gimmicks. You're not signing up for some monthly program or anything like that. You go and request it. We will ship it out today. And as a matter of fact, if you get the book, read it, get to the end, and don't love it and think it was super helpful information, just let us know, and we will actually send you your shipping and handling money back. That's how much I believe in this book. That's how much I believe in this information. I know it's going to make a difference in your life. So do that. You're going to love the book. Go ahead and register. It's over on the side here somewhere. And I mean, it's a no-brainer. Does that sound good? And did I mention it? It's backed by over 140 research studies. And I take all those long 45-cent words that are in those research papers that are almost impossible to decipher, and I break it down in easy to understand language just for you. So what you need to do is you need to go fill out the form on the left and let us know where to ship it to you. And if we have any left over after this special promotion, we'll pack it and ship it to you today. Sound good? All right, so go ahead and go fill out that form.